Hi everyone.
Good morning, one and all. Good morning to Sanjay sir and good morning to our principal sir. We will start in another 2-3 minutes. The students are logging in, sir.
Okay.
Welcome our guest for today, Sanjay sir and principal sir.
Hello. Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir. Morning. So we'll wait for another 2 minutes and then start.
So shall we start?
Yeah.
Yes. A very good morning to one and all present here. I, Professor Varsha Gokak, on behalf of Jain College of Engineering and Technology, Belagavi, welcome you all for this online workshop on design thinking, critical thinking, and innovation design. Today, we have with us a very eminent personality, Dr. Sanjay Kotabagi sir, who is from BVB College, which comes under KLE Technological University, Hubballi. Sir is currently as Dean Student Affairs, and he is a professor in School of Mechanical Engineering. He is also the HOD for Humanities and Social Sciences. He also is the director for Internal Quality Assurance Cell and also ISO coordinator in BVB College, Hubballi. Sir's qualification is B. He's completed his bachelor production. He is associated with KLE Technological University's B.V. Bhumareddy College, Hubballi, since the year 2002. He has presented many research articles in renowned journals and in conferences. We are very lucky and we are very blessed to have today amongst us Dr. Sanjay Kotabagi sir, because this particular topic I do not find anybody else more eligible to explain or to give us knowledge about design thinking or innovation other than Sanjay sir. He's been practicing this in his college through small projects which comes under social innovation, and he deals with all kinds of projects. So that is the reason we are very lucky to have him, because he's implementing all the techniques that he will be sharing and the process with us. Nextly, I would like to thank sir because he's got a very busy and tight schedule, and even after that, he just on a phone call, he accepted our invitation and he agreed, and this is only for the welfare of the students. And he readily said yes, and from his side, he said, no, I would like to interact more with the students. So the interaction and the project level we have planned for the next semester. So I would suggest and I would request the students to make best use of today's lecture. May I now request our principal sir, Dr. Shivakumar sir, to kindly address today's gathering.
Thank you, madam. Warm greetings to all of you. At the outset, on behalf of Jain College of Engineering, on my personal behalf, I wish to extend a very warm welcome to Dr. Sanjay Kotabagi, Professor and Dean Student Welfare, KLE Technological University, Hubballi. So we are very fortunate to have you, sir, on this workshop on innovation and design thinking. And actually, this innovation and design thinking is introduced in the current semester, and the students, participants mostly are the students of the first semester. I hope your expertise definitely will throw some light. This workshop will definitely help our students to explore more and to gain more insight in the learning of innovation and design thinking. Again, sir, on behalf of Institute, I wish to extend a warm welcome and wish to say thanks to you for accepting this, our invitation, and presenting this answer. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you, sir. May I now request Dr. Sanjay sir to kindly take over the session.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. So, at the outset, I would like to thank Principal Sir and Madam Varsha for inviting me to this particular session. In fact, as Madam said, we are not expert yet. The learning is on. We are also learning a lot of things whenever such sessions are conducted, and lot of modifications we are doing at our end based on the experience we gain from time to time. So through this particular session, which is going to be very short, in such short period, we can only orient the students towards certain aspects. So here, what we will be doing in today's session is that we will go through the importance of innovation and connect innovation to the social challenges we have, and how this design thinking can act as a framework to solve those social issues, right? This is what we are going to cover in the next maybe 60 minutes. So let me share my screen. Hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See now, before getting into the actual discussion, see, first of all, let us feel proud about ourselves for having chosen this particular profession. So for that, I have a story to share it with you. So this is one story wherein the engineer was, working on engine wherein he was trying to overhaul the engine, and he could see that there is a famous heart surgeon appeared in his shop. And many days he had a curiosity in his mind, which he wanted to share it with the doctor. And he went to him and asked, "So, doctor, look at this engine. I have opened its all the parts. Like engine is heart of the any vehicle. So I have opened its heart, took the valves out, repaired, and put them back. So for doing this, I get very little salary or the compensation paid. But when you do certain operations as a heart surgeon, you get huge sums. Why is so? So you all know doctors, how much they charge for each operations they carry out. So doctor smiled at the engineer and then came close to his ear and said, "Try the same when engine is running." So the engineer had nothing to say. But this was, really working some 2 decades before. But today, in 21st century, it is not so. The story gets continued. So the present engineer smiled back and came close to the doctor's ear and said, "I can pick up any dead engine and make it alive. Can you do it, doctor?" So this gives us the feeling that how significant the role of engineer is in the society we all live in. So we are here to, in fact, solve the societal problems. We are here to give the solution to the the societal problems. So on day-to-day basis, the engineer need to create the world that never was. See, every day we are looking or getting many new things that are appearing. It profession is not only about technology, but more importantly about creating social value. See how nicely it has been said. We are here to create social value. It is not just about technology. But how do you create the social value? To create the social value, we need to really identify the unmet social challenges, the design challenges. We need to provide solution to those unmet design challenges. And for that, definitely we need some framework. So here we can definitely use design thinking framework to solve those unmet design challenges. What do you mean by unmet design challenges? See, it can be like, see, two cities are not properly connected. Civil engineers can definitely come into that and then build a very convenient, bridge to make those two villages connected. So it can be with respect to the experience the patient is going to get in the hospital. It can be related to some old age people who are looking for some better equipment to take care of their arthritis problems. So there are many occasions wherein the engineer's role is wanted. So see, these unmet design challenges are the real challenges to the students who are into engineering profession. So once again, I would like to read this statement for you all. See, please go through it carefully. Engineering profession is not only about technology, but more importantly about creating, sorry, social value by providing solution to the unmet design challenges using design thinking framework. So that's why the AICTE has come out with a course for the first year students to make you get connected to the society, understand the difficulty, the problems the society is facing, and how best an engineer can look at those problems and give solutions. That's why this course has been introduced. We should really thankful to the AICT for taking up this initiative. But we at Keli Technological University, last more than a decade, I would say, we are into this particular, course, which is called Social Innovation, which is made a compulsory course for all the students of first year, and then to create a kind of a mindset in them to look at the society around them and identify the area which is ripen for innovation. So with this, the background, let us now look into what is that we should really learn from this discussion, or the journey what we have taken up, what it is going to give us. So in the form of objectives, let us look at them. There are three well-defined objectives. The first one is build students' capacity. That means the students who are now, I know that in this platform we have students and also the faculty members. So it's for the students and both the faculty that this intervention should really build the capacity to use problem-solving skills in addressing unmet needs through certain principles, and here we are using design thinking principles. So see, please go through the statements word by word. It is to build. That means the problem-solving skills need to be, working as a foundation for in the students of engineering profession to address the unmet needs. So this capacity is to be built. Then second one is to address the unmet needs, they need to have proper mindset. So that mindset is to be constructed. We need to really prepare the student's mind to what? To ignite a curiosity in them in seeing problems as opportunities. In fact, for the engineers, there is nothing called problems. We have only the opportunities. So second objective is to construct the mindset and also ignite the curiosity. And now, once the curiosity is ignited, the mind is set, and I'm ready to address the unmet needs. Naturally, I should have, students' perspective to look at the world around them to identify the right, interventions. So these are the three things which should really, get induced into the students when this journey is taken off. Right. But at the same time, there are certain points to remember. First of all, you are all first year students, right? So you have a different varied demographic background, and you are definitely new to these technical terminologies, the concepts. And more importantly, whatever you learn today should become a strong foundation for your further engagement, further learning engagement, right? And you should really develop a designer's mindset. And you should get this through an experiential learning process. And you should always get engaged. See, these are actually kept at the back of our mind when this journey is taken. So it's totally a different journey what you are going to take. You cannot compare this journey with your the learning pattern which is normally used for any of other conventional courses. This is going to be an open-ended journey. Here, it's only, you know, focusing on these three objectives, realization of these three objectives. I would say realization. Why? Because you should go on realizing, you should go on seeing these transformations happening within you when you take up this journey. And this journey would get completed only when you choose on-field projects and provide unique solutions using the technique available. So this is the background. So then the question comes, what kind of problems are really now solved? When we say social innovation, when we say innovation, we say critical thinking, design thinking, these are all interconnected. But what is that this entire set of intervention is providing us in the form of solution, and what kind of problems or the design challenges these processes are addressing? See, gone are those days when we say the innovation means it's a product. No, now there is something called service innovation. Correct? It's not just product innovation; it is service innovation. So, I'm just giving you a basket of problems which are normally solved using design thinking or some other principles. See now, just look at it. You can go through the statements made here. It says, make airport waiting time more pleasant. It looks so simple, but for the people who are senior, the senior citizens, when it is announced in the airport that the flight is delayed by 4 hours, what they should do? They may be diabetic, they may be having some other ailments with which they cannot spend the time at the airport just like this. So, how to make their life comfortable? How to make a waiting time more pleasant at airport? See, such problems need to be solved. Such problems need to be picked up by the engineers and then go on giving the solutions. See, next, improve traffic congestion in a city. Or it can be building a better MR scanner experience for children using paintings and storytelling. See how nice it is. The children below certain age would be frightened to get MR scanning done. So when it is inevitable, they must go through that, but they are not ready. How to make them ready to many methods. Here they have used paintings and storytelling and then convert their mind and then prepare them for the MR scanner. So these are all the areas where the students should really look into and then start giving the solutions. See, go through some more examples like teaching kids design thinking, or that is to enable kids to solve world's biggest problems, right? And building a better experience for shopping for sunglasses, right? Creating the future of food delivery through design thinking. So there are n number of possibilities like this. So which wherein the engineers can definitely play a wonderful job by providing the solutions and make the life of the people comfortable. See, if that is the case, then what is that innovation is all about? We are talking. So innovation is a process of creating value by applying novel solutions to meaningful problems. See this diagram. See, when the problem is defined or the challenge is really seen, it is not very clear. It is definitely the problems when it comes to our mind are not with solutions. We need to really understand the problem, unlayer it, and then get the clarity, then go to the solution. So many times the solution lies with our problems itself, but we are unable to look at it because it is jumbled. The problem is so much jumbled that you will not be able to see a solution in it. So for that, In fact, design thinking is the best framework which can help us to unfold those layers and then look out for the clarity, and then the, that is what is innovation. So innovation is a process of creating value by applying novel solution to meaningful problems. When I say meaningful, the sorry, all the problems will become meaningful only when you attach your understanding to it. So when you can attach understanding to this, when you really step into the sufferer's shoes, what we call it as empathy. In fact, we are going to discuss in detail about empathy in next level of discussion. Okay, so then the problem becomes a meaningful problem. Then we start unlayering those problems and provide the novel solution to the problems. So that is what is innovation is all about. But how this innovation framework really works? See, whenever the problems are observed, right, I need to really empathetically get into the situation and look at that particular problem from the sufferer's angle and collect maximum information about those, or that particular problem, and converge back. So this is actually called two diamond, model. Otherwise we call it as convergent and divergent, thinking model, wherein initially we think in a divergent way, collect maximum information about the problems we have identified empathetically, and then diverge back in the form of analysis, and then identify or define a problem, and again diverge to look for the multiple solutions and convert back to a particular set of the problems, solutions which are apt for that particular problem. So in this entire process, what is happening is it is the empathy which drives it. At every stage, the empathy drives it. You can just see here, there's a diagram wherein the core is empathy. One side we have a designer who is going to design the solution, and the other side is the user who is going to experience that particular solution. So this is the yeah. So if anybody has got any questions to ask, you can just type it in the chat box. Madam will take it at the end. So see, empathy drives all this. So to understand it in a more simple way, innovation framework has got three elements. One is desirability, second one is the feasibility, and third one is the viability. See how nicely they are connected. Try to understand it. So what is desirability? It is what is really required for the society is to be picked up. The problem which is really a user's problems, not seen from my angle. It is the what is most wanted. Maybe in other terms, you can say, see here, what stakeholders want it, what the users want it. That is the desirability part. So once you pick up the right problem to solve, next question comes, can we do it? That is the feasibility. Can we do it? And if we can do it, the economies, whether they can sustain it, that is the viability. So three things. One is desirability, that is whether we really want it, can we do it, and can we sustain it. So if you answer these three questions automatically, or your intervention addresses these three or satisfy these three elements of innovation model, then automatically your solution becomes a unique and most prevailing one. So what these innovations are, to understand more meaningfully, let us take some projects which are taken under the banner of innovation. See, this is one of the classic example of a life straw, right? So it's an example of a to drink. So the scientists or engineers developed this a straw equipment which has got a filter in it with which they can use the water which is getting filtered and become a quality water to drink. So this is one example, classic example. This is one more, the innovative example. Children. See, wherein the villages where they need to fetch the water from the long distance, this drum is designed wherein the kids can use it like a toy or the fun item to play on with the water in it. So without any tiredness, they can pull it for long distance and then fetch the water. So one classic example, it's done by Harvard Business School students. See how this has been really understood. Let us understand the design challenge here. It's actually example of the infant incubator, what we have called it as. But see, initial incubator, what was available, right, was costing very huge because of non-availability of the incubator. The kids were dying. So the students took it up as a challenge and designed. You should really understand here, when they designed, they really understood the problems of the infants and also the mothers accompanying those infants. Right. And they designed a infant incubator which was 1% of the standard cost of the standard incubator. Right. And it saved millions of kids across the world, and this product was costing only $25. So this is what we call innovation. So just to recapture, see, when we look at the problems, we need to look it from three angles, I said. One is the desirability. Let us take the same example and try to understand those three elements. Desirability, yes, the society needs it. Badly, they are in need of it. But it is not, when it is compared to the existing one, which is costing $25,000, which is cannot be affordable by the normal families. Right. So what they should do? So it is most wanted, desirable. So second one is, can we do it? So at that point of time, we cannot do it because the present model costs a lot. That means we should now do something to reduce the cost. Right? They did it. Then is it viable? Looked at from the economics angle. Then ultimately, they applied all the three elements of innovation model and came out with the best product, which is called the infant incubator, at costing $25 per product. So this is what we call innovation. Now what is essential for the students to understand here? It is your mindset. You cannot make a statement what the layman makes. It's not possible. We cannot do it. How can we do it? All that. No, you cannot say that. So whenever the problems are seen, you should apply all the three elements of the innovation framework and then try to come out with the best solution for the design challenges you identify. So it can be we can call it as design challenge, or you can call it as a social issue. You can call them as the problems of the society. All are same, but you need to understand and apply the innovation framework to give the solution. See now, so this innovation, in fact, starts with what is called empathy. What do you mean by empathy then? So let us understand this through this particular story. See, this story is about a blind boy, sitting on the steps of a building with a hat by his feet, and there is a signboard put by the side of him saying that I am blind, please help me. It looks very obvious, right? So there were only few coins he used to earn every day. People passing through would look at him, and say sorry about his state and then used to help him. But one day, a man was walking by the side of that particular street. He looked at that boy, a board by the side of him, and there are few coins in the hat. There is some, see, now, let us try to understand how the objectives. I said, no, build the curiosity in students, construct mindset and build curiosity. So that happens only when you observe certain things that are happening next to you. And that's what this man did. There is some curiosity got developed. And he said, why a person who is visually impaired should be able to get more, know why people are not helping him. And to his mind, something came and he changed the board. He wrote something on the board and then went. That boy could understand that somebody has changed something there. But by afternoon, he could collect lot of money. A lot of helping hands came forward to say extend the help.